So yeah, the co-op is an idea based on the long-standing co-op principles of Wisconsin and the great laws and history that co-ops have had in this state. And so we took Organic Valley as our model and kind of said, well, they do this for the farmers. What if we created a similar organization that did this for the musicians? And we tried to model the thinking around it on that, and saying, that this co-op does can we can we simulate and do with our co-op, and which things are relevant. So the idea, in a nutshell, is to create an organization which is owned and directed by the musicians themselves, the artists, and that their wishes are done by the co-op. And if the co-op is one intern, then that's what will happen. If it's 200 employees in 20 years, like Organic Valley grew, then it'll do other things. Maybe it'll book bands and have a label. But right now we just want to work with local artists and give them a little support, create an organization that helps them to basically function in a dysfunctional music industry that's quickly crumbling and changing into something else. So we're trying to figure out what that something else is and be part of it.
Like the recording studio upstairs?
Like the recording studio upstairs, which is simply for recording many of these great bands that come through and play the bookstore. We've done this music thing at the bookstore for about 4 years now, and it's gotten bigger and bigger every year, and so many people like the room and the space to play in that we wanted to do something to say thank you to those bands. So we made this CD of a bunch of the bands from Wisconsin that have come through and played at the bookstore, and that turned into sort of, well, let's just roll out this cooperative at the same time with the CD, and that's kind of what happened.
And how does having a compilation CD help members?
Well, I think it allows all those bands on that CD to be cross-marketed across different platforms and genres and markets that they wouldn't normally have access to. So the young lady from Viroqua, Amani, who recorded her song in the studio there, will suddenly be listened to by Horseshoes and Hand Grenades fans, and Cloud Cult fans, and Joe Huber fans, and Kalispell fans, and they'll discover her through that process. And all those bands, that'll happen at the same time as those CDs are distributed.